Last time, on the magics of Oriand, Vitus was cornered from all sides, and he had to make a daring escape, showing that he used magic. He ran into the forest, and he barely lost his pursuers, who were hot on his trail. Then, back at the courthouse, Azair and Pandazambi were about to stand trial for killing the guard in the marketplace and for the death of Mirabelle. Viviana was preparing a case, while Lonzo, the prosecutor, was also working with Wilma to lock them up for good. That's what happened last time on the Magics of Oriand. Let's jump right into this episode. Hi, I'm your King Valix. I'm here to witness this trial. A trial like this has never happened before in the history of Aruneshire due to the circumstances of these events. But these people on trial, Azair and Pandazambi, are being granted a special privilege due to the nature of this case. I normally would be joined by my wife, Tara, bless her soul. She lost her life due to magic, and she was always in defense of it. In her memory, we are giving these two honorable citizens a trial. I don't know if they're innocent, but that will be up to Daleks to decide. Daleks is the lone judge who will decide it all. Daleks, please make your presence known. I'm right here, and I am glad to be here in front of the people of Aruneshire. The courtroom has never looked this full, and I am so proud. So, as your king, King Valix, I would like to pass off the speaking to Daleks, who will be the one deciding these two people's fate. May he choose the path of rightness. Thank you, King Valix. I'd like to say that this is a historical event we have before us. No one suspected of magic or of, murder with the witnesses has got a trial like this before. This is truly a step up in the world for Runeshire, and I am glad to be judging it. I personally would like to thank everyone for showing up. This courtroom literally sold out on seats, and I really wasn't expecting it. And with the evidence that's submitted and the people who will be called to the stand, this courtroom is definitely going to be shook. I'd like to also present the sides. On defense, we have Viviana. She's defending Panda Zambi and Azair. And I'm glad to do so. I'm so happy to be here. And I definitely am going to clear these two's names. They are innocent, and they should be known as that. Thank you, Viviana. Now the prosecution with Lonzo. I'm here to prove something to everyone. These two are liars, and they're killers. And I am not gonna sit by and watch them get away with more murder. I want them put to death, just like all the other magic users. May their heathenistic bodies rot in the depths of hell. Okay, Lonzo. Why don't you call your first witness to the stand? Why don't you now? Okay. Let's see. I call Stella to the stand. Hello, everybody. How's it going? I'm not really sure why I'm here. Oh, you know, Stella. You know. And Wilma has joined me on the prosecution team because she helped me build the case. And I'm glad to be here. Thank you, Lonzo. So, Stella, we'd like to ask you some questions about your mother. Your grandmother, sorry. Could you tell us about her? Oh yeah, my grandma, the one that you burned alive? Yeah, that was really fun. Thanks for that. What else do you want me to say? You have to... Stella, you are before the court. You already promised to tell the truth. Now we need to hear about your grandmother. I don't know what the relevance is, but I'm sure Lonzo and Wilma have some sort of point behind this, so please tell us. My grandmother was a lovely person. She was that nice old lady who'd bake everybody cookies, and she'd always try to put a smile on your face, and she'd knit us blankets, and she'd give food to those who need. She'd give out any money she had. She was just a wonderful woman. And then one tragic day, Lonzo came about and called her a witch, and he killed her. So, that's that. What point are you trying to make, Lonzo? It's not what point he's trying to make, it's what point I'm trying to make. Okay, so why don't you tell me... Wait, I got this. Stella, your mother, she had ingredients with her. Suspicious ingredients that a normal person wouldn't have. We recovered it from her house. And around the time, we also found some people who died mysteriously. And we couldn't find a source of death. But some of the herbs you had in your house, well, in her house, were a little bit suspect. So, why don't you tell us about that? First of all, I don't see how bringing up a dead grandmother has anything to do with Panda Zambi or Azair, but she may have had some herbs in her house, but that's because she cooked with them. She did not use them to kill people, and you have no proof of that. So, I don't know what you want to try to prove to me or to the court, but I'm through. Lonzo, you're butchering it. Let me take over. Stella, we'd like to bring about the point that your grandmother had herbs capable of killing people mysteriously in the way that they were killed. We even have some evidence that the herbs we recovered could have the side effects of the people who died. We're just trying to make the point that your grandmother could have killed them. We're not saying she's necessarily the witch who did so, but she had the herbs and she could have easily done it. And knowing that magic users have access to herbs that can kill people mysteriously, blindly, to the mundane, we think that having anyone who's a potential threat, like Panda Zambi or Azair, even present, is dangerous to our very existence. And we'd like everyone to take into consideration how deadly it would be to leave them around, especially knowing what we know now and with the evidence we have submitted. I would like to refute some of the evidence that was submitted by the prosecution, if that's okay with you, Daleks. You think you can prove that none of the evidence we've gathered proves it's either one of the two people standing trial? That's funny. Yes, let's hear it. Why can't they be guilty now? So, prove it. Show me. That mysterious scrap of metal. It has absolutely nothing to do with either one of the people standing trial. And if they were quote-unquote magic users, why would they even leave any bits of metal left? It just doesn't make sense. And then, looking at that pink bow, pink and white bow I might add, Azair doesn't even wear bows. And I don't understand how that's even relevant to either one of them, because Panda Zambi definitely doesn't wear bows. And it has absolutely no tie-in to either one of them. And then, that bit of blue fabric, that could have easily been found anywhere, but especially in the hands of Lonzo. Lonzo obviously has some sort of problem with Panda Zambi, and he could have easily tried to frame him. And if you go through Panda Zambi's wardrobe, it's clear that none of his sweaters or shirts even have a missing piece of fabric of that size, therefore proving it cannot be of his uniform. And that rusty old knife. Just because something is old and rusty looking does not mean that it's an antique. It has absolutely no value to Panda Zambi or his shop, and he would definitely not sell it. It's just an old looking beat up knife. And since that was recovered from the crime scene, it probably looks the way it does because it was out in the rain where water was present, causing rusting and de-ironization. So I'd like to bring about that point, and I'd like all of the evidence to be thrown out because it has absolutely no relevance to either one of them. That is preposterous. Throwing out all evidence recovered, it does have relevance to each one of them. I don't understand how this isn't apparent to the other side. I don't either. This should be clear to them. Lonzo, why don't you explain? Gladly. So, that bit of metal. It's a mysterious metal that we've never seen before. Something that makes absolutely no sense to even our analyst. So we're assuming it's some sort of magic. It has some sort of magic properties, or it's made of some sort of magic metal, therefore making us unable to identify it. And then that bow. I clearly remember Azare wearing a bow similar to this, if not this exact one, when she went out to parties and to formal events to collect antiques for Panda Zambi. And then that blue shirt fabric. Who wears blue in this town of that color? It just makes no sense. And we cannot prove right away without going into Panda Zambi's house that one of his sweaters is ripped, but he easily could have mended it, hiding the evidence. So even if we did go into his house, we wouldn't be able to show that this was part of one of his sweaters or shirts. And this knife, we had our historian look into it. This knife is old, really old. It may not look that outdated, but that's because it was made with the modernish style for its time. This knife is actually 50 years old, and it was used in a war, a previous war, that would give it a lot of memorable value, making it therefore an antique. So we'd like to show that all of these items have some sort of relevance to the other side, and we'd like to see them call their witness, or whoever they're calling for whatever purpose. Because to me, it seems like they're just trying to cover their own asses. So, why don't you call someone, defense? I agree. Lonzo and Wilma clearly proved that all of those pieces of evidence submitted could have relevance to you and Azare, Panda Zambi. So, Viviana, who do you call to the stand? Anyone important? Actually, yes. I want to call Wilma to the stand. Why am I even here? Viviana, what are you trying to pull over on me? I don't need this right now. I'm not trying to pull anything over on you. Blessed little Wilma. But I'd like to tell the court something. Wilma's a witch. What? That's preposterous. She can't be. What proof do you have of this? You can't make a bold claim like that in the courtroom. That's what your own clients are on trial for. Well, indirectly. This is crazy. There's no way. I'm not a witch. And I don't care for your petty accusations of Viviana. Oh, really? Petty. Well, let's just see what the guards come back with. I already sent them out to go search your house. Let's see what they find. Tyrone, let's investigate this place. Let's see what we find. Gold. Potions. What else does she have? Oh my god. There's witchery stuff in here. Oh gosh, she even has wizard robes. Viviana wasn't lying. Look at this. There's alchemy tables, brewing pots. There's whatever the heck that is. There's even a wand in here. She's definitely a witch. We gotta go bring this to the courtroom. The witch we were looking for was Wilma. It wasn't Panda Zambi all along. Come on, let's go. What? None of that stuff is mine. I'm not a witch, I swear. I'm innocent. Lonzo, you believe me, right? I don't know what to believe now. I know my verdict. Panda Zambian is there. You can go free. Wilma, since you're a witch, we're gonna have a problem. But I have something else to say. Lonzo, you are to be detained for falsifying evidence against the two defendants. Courtroom dismissed. My verdict is finalized. Panda Zambi, you should just be excited to be back and alive. I don't know if Wilma will live through, well, that. You should stop using all of your energy. You're gonna wear yourself out. We really should rest. Come on, Panda Zambi, let's go inside. I can't. I have to think of everybody else instead of myself. I have to save the shop, and I have to keep us safe. I'm doing this for all of us. And I defended you in court for all of our benefits too. We need you. You can't use all of your energy like this. Putting all of these wards will completely drain you. You at least need some help. And we're here for you, Panda Zambi. We've always been. I have been your friend since we've been kids. And what Viviana is saying is right. You need someone else to help you out. And I would be glad to. Thank you guys so much. I've almost got this one. Ugh. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I think I'm getting it. I did it. I placed one. Yes. Yeah, and that only took you a couple minutes. You're definitely gonna need some help. I mean, you'll have 3 times the efficiency with us helping you. I guess that's right. Okay guys, come on. Let's defend this shop. Azair, what is this? Why are your butterflies outside? What's going on? Is this normal? What? Just tell me what's happening. I'm so confused. What are all of these swirling things on the floor? Azair, we need answers. This isn't me. I didn't even tell my butterflies to show up. They're just here. And I don't know what's happening inside, and I don't know why it's dark everywhere. I just don't know. Okay, Azair, calm down. Ow. I have a bad headache. I'm getting kinda dizzy, guys. I think I'm gonna pass out. To play. Surprised to see me? Yeah. You sorta just barged into my home and knocked out all of my friends. Why'd you do that? Oh, no. Well, I just need to talk. And I need you to keep this bear, Panda Zambi. The bear is what you need.
You find me with the hardest words, punch my chest till it hurts, picking up the pieces that keep falling apart. When did you turn your head, erase me, searching for my heart in the debris? I've lost myself